Okay, hello everyone. Let's start with some news here. Yesterday, I don't know if it ended up going through or not, but Trump was going to patrol the D.C. streets with police and military, obviously with his Secret Service and riding in the beast. But President Trump said he plans to go out on patrol with the Metropolitan Police Department and National Guard troops around Washington, D.C. on Thursday night amid a federal crackdown on crime. I'm going to be going out tonight, I think, with the police and with the military, of course. So we're going to go do a job, Trump told conservative radio host Todd Starnes on his show. The National Guard is great. They've done a fantastic job. A White House official told The Hill that details of what Trump would be doing were forthcoming. The Trump administration earlier this month began surging federal law enforcement across parts of the district to crack down on what the White House said was an unacceptable level of crime, despite statistics showing violent crime has declined in the city. This is a Hill, so this is a left-wing shithole source. They keep saying this, that crime stats were down. No, they were not down. A police commissioner was fudging the numbers, and he's under investigation right now for doing that. And still, they keep propagating this lie. And the community is coming out and telling people that we're thankful. The black community is coming out and saying we're thankful for what Trump is doing. It's the white side of all the community that are doing protests and banging on pans and saying that they're really upset about this. So the minority community, which is a majority in DC, I think the stats were it was 42% black, so a very large black community. Many of them are coming out and saying, DC is already safer. You can walk around. You can go out to a restaurant. You can do stuff. We love it. And the white community, these stuck-up white privileged shitbags, are all coming out and going, this is bad, and crime was down. And no, crime wasn't down. It's down now. Now that the troops are there. White House officials said earlier Thursday that there have been more than 600 total arrests made since federal officers were deployed around the city on August 7th. Of those, 251 were arrests of immigrants in the country illegally, the White House said. Critics of Trump's aggressive crackdown across D.C. has pointed to statistics that show the city's violent crime rate fell in 2024 and is down again in 2025. And some local residents have expressed their disapproval, but they very conveniently don't mention the minority community that are, in fact, approving of it. A Washington Post SCAR school poll of 604 D.C. residents, wow, 604, published Wednesday found 65% of those left-wing shitbags do not think Trump's actions will make the city safer. Of course they do. They're a bunch of white privileged people that live in a gated community and they don't have to worry about anything, or on the outskirts of town where they don't run into any problems, and they think that everything is perfectly fine. Roughly 80% of residents say they oppose Trump's executive order to federalize the city's police department. I don't believe those numbers either. There's more lies from the Hill and from these left-wing shithole sites. Let's see if there's some. He was chatting outside the police station or something here with National Guard troops. He brought like hamburgers and food and soda and stuff for them.
Hello, everybody. How are you, everybody? What a nice group. What a nice group. Thank you. Thank you. Got to be very careful. You don't want to slip or fall like somebody else I know. We don't want that to happen. Where are we going, Margot? Over here? Hello, everybody. It's great to be with you. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and gals doing an amazing job, and we appreciate it. The numbers are down like we wouldn't believe, but we believe it. Where do I stand here? Right where?
Excuse me for a minute.
Okay, hello. It's a healthy, attractive-looking group of people. It's good. Well, I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. We're going to do what you're doing with law enforcement, and very importantly also, we're going to physically do it. We're going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement, a lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti's all coming off real fast. It's going to come down real fast. We're working with Clark Construction. They're one of the big ones. They're the biggest here by far, actually. And we're going to be not so much building, it's cleaning and fixing and redoing and putting brand new surfaces down on your roads and streets. And When people come in from the airport all the way to the Capitol or the White House or any place else they go, and they're going to say, boy, this place is spotless. So we're doing that. Most importantly, though, we're going to have a crowd of people that are going to be happy. You know, I've received more phone calls from people in the last 4 days than I ever have. I've been here now 4 years plus. And by the way, I think we had about the best 7 months, they're saying, that any president's had. We've done a lot of work. We've done a lot of good work, including the biggest tax cuts that you've ever had. I know you guys don't care about
so
taxes.
So he kind of goes on and on here, talking about kind of things that are going on, not necessarily pertaining to
we've had a great
his ride along in D.C. There's something saying that he didn't actually do the ride along. He said he was going to do it, but maybe it didn't work out. But I haven't been able to find video that actually shows him driving around. So hopefully he did end up doing that. You wouldn't see another president doing that. Normally they're in their armored motorcade and they don't ride along with like just regular police or anything like that. But I thought it was interesting that he was going out there, and just the citizens, especially in the black community, that are thankful for the actions that Trump has taken. And any video that you see of the protests in D.C., when you see those, they are pretty much predominantly white. Like, don't just kind of see the protest and kind of, tune out a little bit. Actually look at the demographic of the people that are there and are protesting and they're angry. They're all white people. They're all privileged white people who tend to not have any problems at all as they go to their day-to-day, depending on where they live in the community. And they're the ones saying there were no problems here and everything was fine, and what you're doing is making it worse. And in the meantime, look at the people the regular people that really go through stuff, the minority community, the black community. And there's many of them that are stepping up and saying, I'm thankful for what's going on. I'm thankful that it's safer now that the troops are here. It's safer now that Trump has taken the actions he's taken. So, look at which side is saying we're happy about this and our lives are safer as a result of it. And the other, again, and I've said this before in previous videos, the left talks about white privilege, but they are the ones with the white privilege. They riot, they break things, they attack people, and they get in these violent protests, and they get a smack on the wrist, and they get let out again. And these are the ones with the white privilege. These are the ones that get away with all this crap because they either hate Trump or they think they're being champions on behalf of the minority communities, and the minorities themselves get drowned out. And they're coming out and saying, I think it's great. I can walk the street. One of the stories I did when he first did the federal crackdown on D.C., it was an older black woman that was saying, I had to plan my day out and the errands I had to run or food shopping I had to do because I wanted to be back in my home before dusk because it wasn't safe to be out there after that. She said, now I can do more and I don't have to worry about it so much because of the actions Trump's taken. I actually have some safety going on here. So it's, pay attention to the people who are really, truly affected by what's going on here. Not the ones that decide to be outraged on everyone else's behalf. And that's what the left does. They're outraged on everybody else's behalf, whether they want them or not. And the minority community it seems to be saying that they're thankful for Trump's actions. So, and I just thought it was interesting that you might be doing this ride along. Again, I don't know that it actually happened, but there it is. Right, that's update number 1, and I got more coming soon.